or welcome if you are new. It is Monday, February 1st. It is like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm about to start stitching for the day. So if you are new, this is a channel about cross stitch. Mostly, a couple of other crafts here and there, and if you've been here for a while, I'm feeling a little bit better, so I'm hoping I can get in some good progress this week. I don't have any new progress to show you, but I thought I'd start off with giving you guys an update on, or I should say a refresher and like starting points for the week for my pieces. So because it's a new month and a new week, we have learned a little bit more about how magical stitches will work. And I have to say I'm really pleased with the changes. So the big ones are that penalty stitches are the same amount of stitching. You just have to put them in on your oldest whip, which for me is George. And the monthly is however many stitches you want to do on whatever projects you want to do. It's just broken up into, we're fighting monsters, so it's like, I forget what the actual stitch increments are. I think it's 500, 1,000, and 2,000 maybe? Could be totally wrong. The only caveat is those have to go in on each monster has to be a whip in itself. So you can't do like the largest monster and do 1,000 on one piece and then 1,000 on another piece. They all have to be done on the same one. So, which is fine by me. The weekly is the same as it used to be. So you will have different prompts and number of stitches for each prompt. And so that is, for this week, it's a lot of stitching this week. It is 1,800 stitches. It is 6 prompts at 300 a piece. So I'm hoping to get all of them done. We'll see. And then the yearly is, they haven't released all of the information yet, so we're not sure how the yearly is going to come into play. But I usually tend to focus on, it's going to be a little weird how I focus this year because of the fact that it's not like a prompt for each monthly and then once you're done with those, then you're done. It's like literally you can do one monster, all 3 different monsters, like 6 monsters, where you would just do them twice. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is the weekly homework followed by each of the monsters. So I'll try to get at least one set of all 3 monsters done. And then I've started this one already, but the full coverage project, which for me is George, and you're gonna see all these in a second. Because that's like I thought it was just like 7,000 and then they would post a new prompt or like a new set, but apparently every 7,000 stitches fills in a spot. So, or like you can do like 7,000, then another 7,000, another. So it's basically just increments of 7,000. And each time you do it, you get like a healing item or something like that. Because this year it's a battle for Percy Jackson. And then the first yearly that they've posted is 20 cabins at 2,000 stitches a piece that we're building. So I'm going to do the weekly first, then I will try to get in one set of 3 monsters, then I will finish up a 7,000 stitch block for the full coverage, and then I'll start to do the yearlies. So if you are new, I just went through a round of IVF, so I didn't get a lot of stitching in the past 2 weeks because I felt like crap. And that's why I'm a little breathy too, so I apologize for that. But let me show you my starting points I'm focusing on 3 projects this year. 2 of them are on the same piece of fabric. literally the same piece. So these are all projects that I'm hoping to finish this year. These are the two that are on the same piece. So this is Amy Stewart's Tiki Beach House, or Tiki Sunset. It's a Hade, it's a story keep, and it's being done 2/1 on 28 count Monaco from DMC / Charles Craft. So this one is about 8.5% done, using Pattern Keeper on it. And with the weekly homework, you will see all of these get some progress. This one is Donna Gelsinger Mini Lakeside. And this is a Hade as well, obviously being done on the same piece. This one is my New Year, New Start. And this one was started, I think, in November of last year, but these are both gift pieces for my cousin and my sister who are getting married in 2021, February and April. Then my other piece, which is my oldest whip, as far as my 3 current projects are going. I clean up my desk a little bit, so it's a little easier getting these out. This is George Washington Crossing the Delaware. It is stitched on, it's either 16 or 18 count Zwagart fabric that was donated to us. And I'm tightening up some bolts. And it is on a Millennium frame. No. Yes. Millennium frame. I was trying to think if that was the frame name or the stand name. And I made the sidebars myself from scratch. This is using Sullivan's floss. And this is piece 108 out of 112 of the whole George Washington Crossing the Delaware piece. So mine is mostly sky with like a little tiny bit of somebody's hat, and it's on the very, if you're looking at the painting, it's on the very right hand side. And the way I stitched it was all of this color, which was about 60% of the piece. I stitched all of that across the entire piece. And now I'm going back in and filling in the pages. So you're currently looking at page 25 or 26. I think it's 25 that I'm like working on currently. So 24 is done. But it's coming along. So those are my starting points. I do have to do one set of penalty stitches. I do have other whips. Sorry, it's catching on a candle. I do have other whips that I am not working on this year, unless it's a out-of-the-box situation, just because I have to get those done. George is a 5-year project that needs to be done by February of next year. So they did give us some time extra if we need it. I'm trying to not need it. But George is my oldest whip, like I mentioned like 48 times, but he's also my largest project that I have announced for the full coverage, as my full coverage piece. So he should get a lot in on him. Out of breath now. We just took a walk and it basically killed me. The prompts, actually I kind of lucked out with the prompts this time. One of them I'm still debating, but we have to stitch on something that I'm gonna try to remember, do them all by memory. But it is something with a dessert, which is going to be the one that I am using George as the penalty for, because none of these have desserts. A beach scene, which Tiki Beach Sunset will be perfect. The one I am debating, that one is we get an extra 200 points if we stitch on the sand, and obviously I'm still at the top, so I'm nowhere close to the sand. There is sand on the very bottom, but I might try to count down and see if the sand shows up somewhere down here so I don't have to move my fabric. Otherwise I might just forgo the stitches, and because I really don't want to move it. And 200 really isn't that much, but any little bit helps, so I might end up moving the fabric, we'll see. But so it's a beach scene. It is stitching something like a blue object, which will be George for the sky, because if you stitch in that color, I think you get bonus stitches as well. And that's really easy. I have like 2 or 3 other blues that need to go in on him. Then it is something that you can do as a like camp activity. So that will go in on Lakeside, because sitting around the campfire eating s'mores is definitely an activity you can do at camp. I think I have to do penalty on 2 of them, because I think I need something with socks, which I don't have. I may need to read over these again, because I'm like remembering ones and I'm like, wait, I don't have that. So I may have to do penalty on a lot of them, actually. Something with a person and an animal that are both in it, so that'll be penalty. I'm totally blanking on what the last one is. So yeah, so George is going to see a lot of progress. Since the 2 pieces are tent stitch, that means that they need to be doubled up on stitches, because it's only technically a half stitch. And I'm really trying to think what that last one is, but anyway, you'll hear about them as I do them, because these are vlog style videos, so you will see me throughout the week. And oh, and then the reading challenge is great this time, because there's no like super specific prompts, and you can read all the books you want. Like, it's not like you need to read a book with a red cover, a book with a number in the title, a book with, so it's like there's 4 categories and you just pick, you can read as many books as you want in those categories. They try to keep it to like a maximum of 10 for each category. And this time is a little tough, but I'm going to start with the Needleworker series, I think. Because those are quick reads, they're little cozy mysteries that they have. And then those count as extra stitches. So anyway, I know this first video was pretty long, or this first clip, but my next one should be shorter. I just wanted to kind of go through my plans for how I'm going to try to tackle stuff now that we have more information and what we have coming up, so you know what to look forward to. So I hope you stick around. The next video you will see probably on the 2 smaller pieces. Since I'm still recovering a little bit, that frame is a lot lighter and it's a lot easier to work with. So pull that out until I'm feeling 100% when I feel like I can tackle George. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna start stitching. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday the 2nd. It is noon-ish, and I did get some progress last night. I put in 237, I think. It's either that or 327, but I think it was 237. On Sunset. I decided not to go with the sand because I would have to move the fabric, and it was only 100 bonus stitches. So, I mean, every stitch counts, but I don't think 100 is really going to do much either way. If it was something like 300 or 400, maybe, but too much counting down for me to want to do as well. So I worked on this for the beach theme, and I realized that the sock one that I was talking about yesterday, the sock prompt and the person and animal prompt, they can be both be done on George. I don't know why I forgot about that. At least I was pretty sure it could be done on George, but I double checked last night and it can. But they would have gone in there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I kind of just want to do, like, just say penalty stitches for all of them. Just because that way I don't have to post a picture, but whatever. So yeah, I only did have one prompt that I can't use, which is dessert. So I think I went through them all, and I can only use, like, George will be 4 out of the 6 prompts, and then Tiki Beach and Lakeside will get 1 prompt apiece. But we watched WandaVision last night while I was stitching, so I think that's why I didn't stitch as much, because it's a new show and I have to pay attention to it. And I'm really annoyed that they don't bring out all the episodes at once, because I wanted to watch the rest of them. But, I mean, what can you do? So I am done with work for the day. I still need to keep an eye on things and make sure, you know, no parents need anything, but I had a meeting this morning and now I'm good. So instead of stitching right away, I am going to clean the house because it needs it really bad. Since I've been out of commission, because I've been sick, my husband has been really good with the cooking, but yeah, the house is in dire needs. And it's the Super Bowl this weekend, so it'd be nice to have a nice clean house. But let me show you my progress. I am feeling even better today. I actually had my first coffee, well, I had Starbucks yesterday, so that doesn't really count, but I had my first homemade coffee today. Ugh, the back of this thing is a mess. Kitty hair all over, probably because we haven't cleaned. Huh. But I added, what was I using, 936? I think. Filled in some of this area over here and then got a lot more of this area. The next color is a 3371, which is the like dark brown black color. And the next color after that is 310. So it's going to see a lot of this, like I think all of this gets filled in and most of this gets filled in with those 2 colors. So I don't think that we'll see the black yet. I'm pretty sure the 3371 will complete the 600 stitches that I need. But it's nice to see the definition, like these like long pole things right here is the wind chime. It's like one of those like bamboo ones. And then I think right here, maybe somewhere over here, there is one of those like seashell, like dangly seashell wind chime type things. So we should see those come into play soon. But I'm curious to see what this turns out like, because my counting is a little messed up over here. I'm having to kind of fill in spots, but I think it's looking really good. And I am at 8.88% done with that piece. So not a ton of progress, I know, but hopefully I will have more tomorrow. I am going to try to figure out a game plan to tackle all my cleaning tasks because it's a lot. My husband bought like new stereo system, so it's a ton of boxes, so we can't throw everything away or recycle everything because our trash cans are full. So it's gonna have to like try to figure out where to put stuff in this house. But it'll be exciting to finally get everything in order because even though I'm not a like super clean person, the fact that it's making me cringe is really bad. But I'm gonna try to get that done as soon or as fast as possible. I'm gonna stick in some good music, which always helps. And then it's probably not all gonna get done today. I do wanna get some stitching in. I do wanna try to finish up the 600 on Lakeside, but we'll see. Since it's one big color, it should go faster. But that's all I have for you guys for today. I know I rambled a little bit. I apologize for that. I will see you all tomorrow. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is the 3rd. It is Wednesday and it's like 12:30. I'm trying to do these during the day, so we'll see if it continues to work out. Last night I did finish my 600 stitches for the first prompt. So I'm going to be starting on the next project, which is the Lakeside. And I was able to finish them like by the skin of my teeth on the 3371. So you can see it filled in a lot of this. We're starting to get a lot more shadow. And a lot of it, most of it went in down here. But we can start to see in the wind chimes these darker spots, which are like the hollows of the bamboo. Oops. So like right there and right there. And so this is going away for a little while. I forgot to check how or what percent I'm at now, but I think this one is definitely my favorite project of the ones I'm working on. So next up is going to be Lakeside. So I'm going to be starting at whatever color is over here, and we're probably are going to see a lot of this start to fill in. This project is being stitched sideways to make it fit on the fabric, and this is a tree because it is a forest scene. So we'll see how much I get in. This will be another 600 stitch piece. If I could do it all today, that would be great. But I'm not quite sure if that'll happen or not. I have another light day of work. Next week is going to be super busy, so I'm hoping it's a lighter stitch count next week. I don't know why my husband chooses to do that now, but so yeah, hoping next week will be a lot lighter. I don't think it'll take too much time, but I am going to spend now going through and subtracting the number of stitches that I've stitched so far this year from the total, so I can basically get, I think I had it written down at one point, but I don't know where it is, but like at the beginning of the year what my stitch count for the 2 pieces was, because the one is a new start, so obviously that's 0. Plus I have to go back to all my weeklies and put in my team now that I have a team name. I'm sorry guys, I'm telling you. It's our first, okay, it's not our first. It's a nice day out today, so I have the window open. And my husband decided to start making lunch. So because I have a little extra time today, I'm gonna go do that, finish everything out. That way what I can do is at the end of the year for my outrageous challenge, which is basically just a stitch count for the entire year, I can just put, I already have my beginning of the year photos, but beginning of the year, end of the year, total stitch count and be done. And update my web albums and stuff as well. So that way I think it makes it a lot easier but in order to do that, I need to find my starting stitch count, so we'll see. But that is all I have for you guys for today. I haven't actually purchased anything in a long time, like other than my thread clips. So, and it's not even intentional. I have enough stuff, believe it or not. I've been buying a lot more makeup. I was curious if my cat was gonna come over. But yeah, so we will see more of Lakeside tomorrow. 600 would be great. I don't even know what color I'm starting on because I haven't looked at that one in a while, but I am going to go and get started. So I will see you all on the flip side. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, the 4th. It's about 12 o'clock and we are headed to Disneyland for a while. It's not open, but they have the restaurants and stuff are open, so my husband's been really wanting to get out of the house. And then we're going to go to a light show thing tonight. So, we're in California, so everything's still closed, so it's drive-through. But it should be fun. Last night I did finish 600 tent stitches on Lakeside, and we've got to play with some fun new colors. And I think that's about it. So I won't be stitching tonight because obviously George cannot go in the car. But that's okay. I might read or something instead. So here is my progress. And we got to play with some 905. So we're starting to get some green coming in up here. And I put a little bit down here of one color, but the rest I went across. And that just kind of goes with however the pattern tends to go. So we still haven't reached that top corner. We won't for a while, but we're just slowly making our way across the top. So I think I ended up adding like 7 or so new colors. But I didn't realize how much I'd actually put in until I looked at the before and after picture. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. Nice short one. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. I lied. It's been a few days, not just one. I ended up not stitching at all Thursday and Friday. Yes. So I think the last I talked to you was on Wednesday, but I didn't finish all my homework last week. I finished 5 of the 6 tasks. Saturday, I got on my Zoom meeting with my friends and stitched and ended up finishing 600 stitches for 2 prompts on Saturday. And then yesterday, I could only finish 1 more. I was stitching while I was watching the Super Bowl, but I've been having a problem with my shoulder, like ever since my egg retrieval, and I don't know what I did, if it was like when I was coming out of the sedation or what, and I think I might have just like twisted it wrong, but like this shoulder, the whole back of it, I've got like one giant knot, and it's just kind of goes back and forth between being super bad and not as bad. But yesterday it ended up giving me a massive headache, like migraine level, so I finished 1 more task, got the 100 bonus stitches for the blue, but I did not finish my dessert prompt. So, but whatever, every stitch counts. It's fine. But that being said, oof, here it is. George. And I finished this page, which was page 25. So there are 100 total pages. So I have finished technically 25% of the pages, but I'm at like 71.4% 5-8% of the whole piece, I think. So it's coming along. And then the next page is page 26, obviously, counting. But that's where I started putting in the 334 for the blue. So you will be seeing this again next week, technically this week. I'm going to do another video right after this just to show you, like, give you a reminder of where I'm starting at. But George can be used for all 3 prompts, which are, or I lied, he can be used for 2 prompts, and then the last prompt I don't really want to think about too much, so I'm just going to use him for penalty. But it's only 1,200 stitches this week. I should be able to get it done. I haven't done any monthly or yearly yet, so kind of falling behind, but I've been sick, leave me alone. So the prompts are something that you have, like a sacrifice you would make, so something that you could give away. So that's the one I don't really want to think too hard about it, because it's like, I don't really have anything precious that I would have in any of the pieces I'm working on. So it will be that. It will be, I'm gonna remember the other 2 prompts. Something that, wow. No, something with a flag. I know that's one of them. Obviously, George has an American flag on it. And something that I don't remember. I don't even remember what the prompts, or like what the things are this week or next week. But anyway, I'll tell them in my new video. But basically, George will be used for all 3 prompts for 1,200, and then we'll see. I'll do the monthly next. Hopefully I can fit it in this week, and we will see if I'm feeling more George or if I want to pull out one of my other 2 pieces. But anyway, I hope you guys stick around. I will see you all next time. I'm ending this vlog clip here, so thank you for liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I will be happy to answer eventually. I've been bad about that lately, but I do read them all when they come up. I just forget to go back in and respond. But yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I will see you all in my next vlog series.